Hey everyone, what's going on? Hope everyone is having a good week so far. I had to personally take a week off. I had to take a much needed break, but I am back this week and my tanks are looking a little bit rough. Not too bad, but they definitely need some much needed attention, so I'll be taking care of that today. But before I jump into that, I did want to show you guys something. So I came home the other day and the Farlowa had spawned again. At this point, I think most of the eggs have hatched again. But this is now spawn number 2 or 3 of this winter so far, so they're doing pretty good, I guess. I still don't know if any of the babies are surviving in here. I have not seen them, but hopefully maybe we'll see some juveniles in here one day. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. And as far as maintaining the tanks, probably the paludarium is the easiest one right now. The only thing I really have to take care of is the plants. As you can see, they're hitting the surface of the lid and on both sides. I'll take care of that, clean off the lid a little bit, but that's pretty much it. This tank pretty much right now is pretty self-sustaining. I've tested the water quality a few times, and with all the plant roots, hanging down into the water, draining any of the nitrates out of there. This tank is pretty self-sustaining at this point. I barely do anything with it, which is awesome. Now, Nano Corner needs a little bit of attention. As you can see, there's lots of duckweed on the surface of the water. I've come to realize with duckweed, it becomes a good indicator of how high your nitrates are. These tanks have gotten water changes, but they've been smaller ones, probably about the last 2 weeks. All the levels are still good in there. Nitrates are getting a little bit higher, so I will be doing a larger water change on them today. But I've noticed that the faster duckweed grows, means the more nitrates you have in your water. Alright, so I'm going to put the camera down now and get to work. I might record a little bit of it and put it on time lapse. You'll see that now. If not, I'll see you in the next clip. So as you can see, the tanks are looking much better now. Healthy water flow, healthy looking water. Duckweed is cleaned off. There's a few pieces in there still, but I don't like to take it all out. I actually enjoy having duckweed in the tank. I just don't like to let it get overboard. So we are done with these 2 tanks, and it's time to move over to the other side of the fish room. All right, before I go over there, I noticed I had a stray. So let me get him back in the tank. Alright, so now it's time to take care of the paludarium. I'm just going to get those plants trimmed, do a very small water change, and that'll be pretty much it with this tank. All right, so work on this tank is done. Water's changed, plants are trimmed, and it's looking much better. I did fill in some little areas here with some more of the pink Photonia. It was a little bare there, so I kind of stuck that there. That Altalanthera reinecki really needed some trimming, so I've got that trimmed down. You can see the orchid on the wood there, right back there. It kind of died down a little bit for a while, but it's starting to grow back. I think it went through a little bit of a hibernation phase. But this tank is doing good. Fish are doing good. As you can see, after the water change, there are some Malaysian trumpet snails still out. So I do still have some of them in this tank, but definitely not as much as I did have before. And that's good, because it makes things a little bit easier for the apistos, especially if they start spawning and laying eggs again. But that's it for this tank. Let's go ahead and move on to the next tank. And actually, I probably should have said next two tanks, because down below the 40 breeder, I also have my little fry tub down here with the apisto fry in it. That needs a water change too, so we'll go ahead and do that today. They are doing good. It's hard to kind of film them through the plastic and get a good look at them, but you can kind of see they are really starting to come into their colors. They're starting to look good. Really starting to see some nice yellows and oranges on them, and a little bit of blue on some of them. Pretty soon I'll be able to start sexing them, and then hopefully once they get large enough, I'll probably sell them off. So we'll go ahead and get the water changes started on this little area. If you're wondering about all the debris in the tank, I did stir up the substrate a little bit prior to doing the water change now, just to let the filter suck in some of that and get some of it out during the water change. So I had to stop draining the tank for a second because I wanted to show you guys. I just found one of the Falorella fry. This one still has a bit of a yolk sac, so I'm guessing this is from the new batch. But he's been at least hatched out for probably at least, I would say, 3 days based on the size of the yolk sac. So they are surviving. They're doing pretty good. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. Let me jump right back into the water change, get things going. Alright, so those tanks are filled up now. Everybody's hiding down back there in the moss, so they're not out. But the Bolivian ram fry and the 40 breeder, there's both of them. Oh, there were both of them. Well, I was trying to show you, but they decided to run off. There we go. They are growing nicely. You can see they are about the size of the rummy nose tetras at this point, and they're starting to come into their colors. You can see a little flash of orange on the fins there. There's a little bit of blue too, but since they're kind of stressed out from the water change a little bit, they are not showing that. But that is it. Alright everybody, so water changes are done. 4 tanks in about an hour is not too bad. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.